Dummy M with Vero and T-Dog. Brought to you by www.drunkensoberchronicles.com.
Incredibly pumped today. We have a football player who played for my club, the Parramatta Eels, then played for your club, the Brisbane Broncos. He has represented Queensland in State of Origin. Ladies and gentlemen, we are speaking with Casey McGuire. Casey, thank you so much for joining the Dummy M.
Good morning, boys. Thank you for having me.
Casey, first of all, so as B-Row mentioned, you've played for the Eels, Broncos, the Catalan Dragons, and then back to the Eels, right? First of all, do you know actually how many games you have played? Do you know your stats?
I do know my stats, mate, only because they've sort of landed on some pretty memorable numbers, I suppose. So I know I had 150 in Australia and I had 99 over in England, mate, in Europe. So, yeah, finished on the 99 over there with the Catalan Dragons. But I remember I was on 149 here in the NRL and tore my pectoral muscle halfway through the season, of my last season. And I was lucky enough just to get back on the field that last game to get the 150, mate.
Nice.
Against the Dragons. Very fortunate, you know, like everyone will say, like we've always just dreamed of playing one NRL game, and you obviously need a lot of luck, and you know, and with the injuries, a lot of better footballers than I, growing up, you know, had that injury and couldn't go on with it. So, yeah, very, very blessed and grateful that I got to play so many games.
Now, you obviously played for 3 teams. Who do you actually support now, and you can't sit on the fence?
No, that's right. No, I won't sit on the fence. So I grew up on the Sunshine Coast, so I was always a Brisbane Broncos supporter. I always wanted to play for the Bronx. I got the opportunity to go down to Parramatta halfway through year 12. Noel Crusher Cleal recruited me down to Parramatta.
Wow.
So I spent 3 years down there. First year living with Noel and his family, which was fantastic. You know, just settling into Sydney, and then had a couple of years I lived with Ian Highmarsh, Nathan's brother. So, yeah, had 3 great years down there at Parramatta. Didn't really kick on with it. I only played the 2 first grade games when I was 18 and sort of in reserve grade there for a couple of years and sort of came home with my tail between my legs back home when I was about 20 years old, and lucky enough Wayne Bennett gave me an opportunity to go to the Bronx. So, yeah. And
from that opportunity, you actually played in a grand final winning team. So talk us through that year, the grand final experience. What was it like?
Yeah, so my first year back at the Broncos, I had a couple of games in first grade, and you know, there was just a fantastic squad of players there back in the early 2000s. You know, basically the whole team are Origin or Test players. So you get a couple of games there, and you know, defending inside Wendell Saylor on my debut for the Bronx, and having those guys, you know, talking to you, Gordon Tallis, Shane Whitby, like it was a dream come true. You know,
wow.
So that first year was, you know, I got a couple of games and I was really happy with that. And then the following year, pretty much a regular off the bench for the Bronx, and yeah, for the next 5 seasons, culminating in the grand final in 2006, which was my last game for the Broncos. So it was a great way to finish. You know, the highs and lows of football. You know, finished up with a wooden spoon with the Eels.
Typical.
The Dummy M with Vero and T-Dog. Brought to you by www.drunkensoberchronicles.com.